Many thanks for staying with us, everyone. More calls continue to pour in for the issue of restructuring in Nigeria. Our former head of state, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, says, and I quote now, restructuring has become a national appeal as we speak, whose time has come. I will strongly advocate for devolution of powers to the extent that more responsibilities be given to the state, while the federal government is vested with the responsibility to oversee our foreign policy, defense, and economy. End of quote. Again, immediate past President Goodluck Jonathan has also spoken about the matter. Take a listen to him.
The unity of the country is paramount. We cannot develop as a nation, no matter how people demonstrate. No president can do magic if there's so much tension in the land. Because immediately there is a sense of insecurity in any country. Investors pull back. And when investors pull back, then of course the economy will drop. What improves the economy is confidence. And what makes investors have that confidence is peace. Nobody wants to go and invest, except those who invest in arms and ammunition. Nobody wants to go and invest where you are not too sure of the security of your workers.
Former President there, Goodluck Jonathan, well, the APC in the early section of his own manifesto says, and I quote, initiate action to amend our constitution with a view to devolving powers, duties, and responsibilities to states and local government in order to entrench true federalism and the federal spirit. End of quote. That's the first thing that stares you in the face in the constitution, in the manifesto of the APC. The government of the day says restructuring Nigeria is not part of its immediate plans, and this clearly negates the spirit of their party's master plan. Mr. Akin Oshuntoku, a former political advisor to a former president, and Mr. Kasim Afegbo, a former Edo State Commissioner, both of them have been speaking to us, but we'll come into the issue of restructuring Nigeria now. When a party says, we will do this, and that seems to be the very first paragraph in the party's manifesto, but they turn around 2 years later to say, we're not going to do it. What does it look like? Does it mean that, what does it mean?
That's 419, But the Minister of Information was trying to make a clarification that does not add up. And the way it doesn't add up is that that if the president is the voice of the APC government in power, they have no regard for what they themselves campaigned on. Because earlier on in his presidency, President Buhari did say that, look, the report of the National Confab, in the context of discussing restructuring, he said for him, is only fit for the archives. So you already know right from the beginning what their position was, regardless of what is in the manifesto. So what Alhaji Lai Mohammed was saying was just, doesn't amount to...
Sometimes I would think that when you are in power or when you are seeking power, the narrative change when you get into power, because the corridors of power brings its own set of understanding. You need to understand the urgency of the day, but for what you're seeing out from the outside and what is happening on the inside, perhaps, or don't you think so, perhaps when the party saw from the outside is different from what it discovered on the inside. Can they be pardoned on that?
Well, that is lack of preparedness, if that is the case. But what you are saying is even different. Soapbox rhetorics, that is when you go on campaigning, is different from what you document, what is in your manifesto. You can say things on the soapbox when you are campaigning, maybe you get carried away, and then, which applies to what you have said. Okay, but not when you took the time to put it in the manifesto, right? And in any case, there is nobody, this idea is perhaps the most debated idea in this country in the last 1 decade. So there is no Nigerian, whether you are campaigning for anything, whether in APC or PDP, that you can legitimately say that when you get to, it's because you didn't know the ramifications of the debate of that is bunker. And in any case, the national conference, things are that you can only go so far when what you are saying is not correct. The background to this, the government although ironically by the Jonathan government, was a product of the National Conference, National Confab, on which the most important thing there was this devolution of power. But the most important thing was that the whole country, as represented by people in that conference, bought into it. Because all their resolutions were adopted on the basis of consensus, no dissension.
Over 600
the chairman of the Confab was Josi Lebo Kutigi. He's a Muslim from the north. Awalu Yadudu was there. I don't know if Junai Mohammed was there. But you see, this is it. This is Nigeria for you.
Okay.
Everybody, people who were there, who adopted things by acclamation, turn around now to find fault.
Let's get Mr. Afegbua's thought on this. When the APC says we are going to devolve power, touch up on the constitution, as it looks, the spirit does not match what we are saying and the dictate of our federalism and what we should be practicing. And the party or the government comes and says, that is not our immediate plan. How does it make you feel, especially when we know that you're a member of that ruling party?
I want to align myself with the position of Lai Mohammed, in the sense that, yes, that particular issue of restructuring is contained in the manifesto of the APC, but the APC was not elected to serve a 2-year term. They have a 4-year mandate. And since they have come, they have been managing crisis left by the PDP, economic recession, corruption, and what have you. In such atmosphere, implementing the dictates and letters of restructuring would not be appropriate. At any rate, even in the manifesto, it was not written that this is the time that they will commence. So if APC was elected in this first term for 4 years, and we have just done 2 years, I think it would be wrong for anybody to say we do not believe in it. The fact that it was contained in the constitution, in the manifesto of the APC, means that APC members, executives, and chieftains believe on the idea of restructuring. And with the kind of voices we are hearing from different parts of the country, from leaders, former presidents, it goes to show that, yes, that is an ideal that is contained in the constitution, in the manifesto of the APC. And at the appropriate time, we'll commence the process of ensuring that we're able to devolve powers, give more power to the states and local governments in line with the spirit of the manifesto of the APC. I don't want to believe, take the position that the National Confab, or the conclusions or recommendations of the National Confab should form the basis of entering into a restructured Nigeria. No.
Okay. All right. All right. Because of our time now, your few words.
Listen.
In 30 seconds, please.
Anybody who says that restructuring is not a priority of Nigeria either does not love this country or doesn't know what he's talking about. How then do you respond to the crisis, the political crisis that are mounting on a daily basis in different manifestations? And all of them are speaking to the same issue. As talking about Biafra, some people are giving the quick notice of whether we are talking in the north. You have the Fulani Atman, you have this there, and you want to say that restructuring is not your priority. So what that is, tell me, let them come up with another viable option. See, this is the problem with this country. You know, trying to score cheap political points about, and the point I made about National Conference was not, I was telling, look, there's no serious Nigerian, especially the most authoritative person in APC government, who is the president.
All right.
Who shouldn't understand what this is all about. And he did say, he dismissed it. Not that he said that they have not finished their time. He dismissed it outright.
We must go now. I'm afraid we're out of time. Many thanks, Mr. Akinshintokun, a former political advisor to a former president. Many thanks for your thoughts on the program. Mr. Kasim Afegbua, who's been talking to us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for your time, gentlemen. And that's our show for tonight. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm Sean Wakimale. Bye for now.